friends. Welcome back to another Flosstube episode. It's been a little while since my last video and I was actually just having a look at when that was. I think it was 2 months ago now, and I do apologize. I'm wearing the same top that I was in the other video and I am not in the mood to change, so sorry. I'll remember it for next time. But hello, it's been a little while since I've been here. I'm sure you can probably hear it in my voice. I am pretty sick at the moment with some virus thing that's going around. Not COVID, but it has completely knocked me for six. So I thought I didn't really want to film while I was sick, but I have had a bit of downtime, of course, because I haven't been doing anything, where I thought maybe it'd be a good time to actually get this done whilst I'm up, and it might give me something to do. Today is Thursday the 24th of November. So it's my dad's birthday, but I think it is also Thanksgiving in America and anywhere else that celebrates. So happy Thanksgiving. If you are watching this, hope you've had a wonderful day celebrating with your family. It's quite cute that we had a family dinner for my dad's birthday too. So it was kind of like we had a little Thanksgiving dinner ourselves with my family. But it was definitely what I needed. I'm in a bit of a spot, like in my head, in my health and everything. So, I'm not gonna kind of blab on too much. This will probably be a pretty quick video. Yeah, I'm just doing what I can to get through every day at the moment. It's been a pretty rough 2 weeks, I guess, pretty rough month, and it doesn't feel like it's getting any easier, which is always fun coming into Christmas. We love that. But since the last time I was here, we have gone interstate to go see my in-laws. So I took a travel piece with me, which I think the last time I stitched on this piece was again when we went to Sydney in March. So it was something that I worked out whilst we were on the drive, but I thought it was quite ironic that I'm bringing the same piece and it's the only time I've stitched on it. And then I have a bit of updates on to whips, and I have a new start, and that's pretty much the overall overview of this Flosstube video. I will say that I plan on doing like a bit of a wrap up for the end of the year, and I will make sure that I'm not unwell when I film that one. But I've missed everyone and I haven't really been watching too much Flosstube lately. I think I said it in the same video, and then I kind of binged a few of my favorites posted some videos or updates, and so I binged those, and then that was it. With how I've been and the time off that I've had, I've clocked all streaming services that we have, but I just can't really find myself gravitating back to Flosstube at the moment. But I'm stitching, so at least I'm still doing something. I've also done a lot of cricket making things in the last 2 weeks. Actually, here is one of them, which I guess is also stitchy related. But I am working on making little floss drops for my entire, I don't know if you can see the rainbow there, yeah. I'm trying to work my way through the entire DMC range. And I have a cardstock pack that circulates through the rainbow. I've got a couple of them. I in theory would love to have matched the Oh, sorry, these are what they look like at the back. And then there's like green and orange, red. In theory, I would have liked to have matched the color to the DMC color of the card, like matching, you know, so 166 is like a lime green, yellowy green kind of color, and you know, could have possibly had it on a piece of card that like that. But then I thought that is going to take so much effort. So I just decided to go in rainbow order of the floss drops. And so I've just got like the number of the DMC written for all of them, which is also annoying because I was using an old list that's missing like 1 or 2 colors already. So luckily I have 2 packs of this, and I will be able to work out what colors they are and what is missing. So this wonderful stack only gets me to DMC 745. So I have a long way to go. So that's kind of been something that I've been doing and like reading alongside if I don't want to just sit and read. It has been making me feel a little bit sick with how I've been, a little bit dizzy. But then I'm so invested in the book that I'm reading, in the series that I'm reading, that like I want to read. So sitting up and doing that, it's kind of like being a good balance. Thanks to Jordan, Tattooed Stitcher. I thank her for every single book recommendation. You're my book buddy. Bonded. No, hang on, not Bonded. What is it? Broken Bonds is the first book. The Bonds That Tie is the series. Jordan has finished that whole series of 6 books. I'm on book 4. I thought I'd be able to get it done faster, especially being sick, but alas, because I feel sick, I can't read, catch 22. But it is kind of like Fae, well, not the Gifted, so what is it? Fantasy kind of thing. Author is Jay Bree, who is Australian, so love that even more. And any Kindle readers out there, it is a Kindle Unlimited series, and it's a complete series. All 6 books are now out, so highly recommend reading that. And if you do, hit me up in DMs or in the comments. Always up for a chat on books. And then I guess just the last little like update, I posted a couple of photos on my story in the last little bit, last 24 hours. Tim is currently interstate as he's spending time with his family. They have had to make the difficult decision on their family dog, which is incredibly heartbreaking. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has reached out to me with that. Kind of felt like I needed to get it out there, but then it's not my place to share on my own personal social media where, you know, I've got their family and everything there. So, here we go. Yeah, just hanging out here on my own while he's up there with his family. So, I figured I would do this as a bit of a distraction to get me through, but obviously it's not worked as well as I was hoping, but that's okay. We'll continue. So, I think I might start with the new start because it's the one thing that's in front of me. I don't actually happen to have, it's all digital, in what I'm using, but it is, I'll pop a photo up here. This is my first Lindy Stitches, piece ever. Steph has come out with a December Down Under series of 5, animal ornaments for Christmas, in a very, very fun and cute and quirky Australian and New Zealand and Southern Hemisphere way. I think Steph has completely nailed this set. Look, there are obviously some animals in this set that don't really relate to me, and I'm sure there are a few more that I would love to see included in it. But I think the whole spirit of an Aussie or Aussie New Zealand Christmas, and our vibes and like a summer Christmas have been absolutely nailed on the head with this series. I absolutely love, there's kind of a few pieces from all of them that I love, but I've started on only one of them so far. But the barbecue being included in one of them as well just had me in stitches. So, just those little elements and details some people might not really get, but, for my family in particular, different to how Tim's family celebrate Christmas, but my family, it is always planned around the barbecue. The barbecue brings us our sources of protein, and then it's salads and pasta. So, all of my memories at Christmas time, especially growing up and when I still had my grandmother's, was always on Christmas Day. My uncle and my dad were outside with my grandfather, my nonno, cooking, the steaks and the roast and the prawns. We don't say shrimp. And cooking all of that on the barbecue, and we were all inside preparing the salads, and the kids were running around, playing with the presents. And so just that one ornament with the barbecue, like, alone just brings back all the memories that I have of my childhood Christmases. So, Steph, you have done an incredible job and brought a lot of joy to a lot of us down here in the Southern Hemisphere by including this, because it's always been quite challenging stitching Christmas designs. I'm not the sort of person that will stitch them just because they're Christmas, because they don't make sense. I think you've seen that in a couple of my other pieces. Well, no, hang on, I've only stitched one seasonal thing. But like the Hello Christmas, why was I saying hello? Hello Dear, yeah. The caterpillar cross stitch seasonal trees. I thought I was getting the name confused with Liz Matthews. But I made changes to those trees to be more seasonal for us rather than winter and Christmas combining sort of thing. So it's nice to not have to think about it and to be able to stitch these pieces. I am stitching these alongside Mel Rivray on Instagram and Stitched by Liz, who's on Instagram and Flosstube. I don't believe either of them have started just at the minute, but we have been talking about it. I'm using the Called For Everything. So I did order, sorry for the noise. I did order 5 individual pieces of the Called For linen or fabric. I did find it on 123 Stitch, and I did like the idea of it not just being plain white, my go-to. So I have stitched it using, I think it's 28, there we go, 28 count cashel linen, green sapphire. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get this to actually accurately show. I wonder if that tag will help. It's like a very muted, I've got another piece of fabric that looks like it. A very muted green, not blue, like mint kind of color, I guess. So yeah, I was able to secure 5 individual cut pieces that are bigger than the ornament size when it's, with enough to finish them off as pillows. And as I've never done little finishes of little pillow ornaments, I thought it'd probably be easier than me stressing myself out and stitching it all on the one piece of fabric and then not finishing it, like not leaving enough space or something like that. The other thing that I really love about what Steph has done is that I do this every time. Sorry. Cottage Garden Threads is the specialty over-dyed threads that are being used for this series of 5. So they have 3 over-dyes to them, and then the rest is DMC. I am waiting on the other two over dyes to come in, but one of them is this beautiful variegated blue. There we go. And it is called Murray Pine. I was able to, there is a local like embroidery shop to me, and they do stock cottage garden threads, but it doesn't seem like they've had a shipment of them in a long time. I think they've actually changed the packaging a little bit more recently, but the little turnstile looking rotisserie thing that these are displayed on is very empty. It is more an embroidery shop, so maybe that could be why. And I had to make sure as well that it was in fact stranded cotton. Oh, it's not going to show. Because I think they also do thicker thread for embroidery. So there's 3 cottage garden threads, colors that are used, and they're used across all 3 of them. So I love that it's all the same color palette. And the way that they're being used is just in general, like I think in one of them it's the waves of the ocean because we go to the beach at Christmas and all that fun stuff. Anyway, that's enough yabbering on. Here's my start. So I started on the really cute quokka. I had to get Mr. Quokka done. I couldn't not. I've never actually, don't mind that. I've never actually seen a quokka in person. I haven't been over to the West Coast yet myself, but they are so dang cute. So I've started with Mr. Quokka. I will actually, not being rude, sorry, I am going to pull up what they, what animals are actually in all of them. If I can find where the file is on my phone. Okay, so we have, okay. Quokka and a platypus. So obviously I haven't done his beak yet. And then there is a cassowary, a kiwi, the kiwi's on the barbecue, a kookaburra, that one I also love, and then a kakapo and a takahi. That's definitely a New Zealand bird thing. I did contemplate whether or not I actually do stitch that one because like it doesn't really have much to do with us, but it has a really beautiful bottle brush. And my phone doesn't want to, no, it's not letting me zoom. It has a really beautiful bottle brush to it, so yeah, I kind of do want to stitch that. So anyway, I'm hoping that Steph maybe will come out with a few more like kangaroo, koala, maybe, you know, just a couple other random popular Australian birds and animals. I'd deck out a whole Christmas tree in these. So anyway, we are stitching this using a hashtag. I think it's Lindy Xmas Down Under. I'll pop it on the screen and I'll pop it down below as well. If you are stitching these, please use the hashtag. Let me know. I'd love to be able to follow your progress. And yeah, just see them all come to life because they're so dang cute. And then when it comes time to finish them, I will need help because that is not my strong suit. Anyway, okay, moving along. I said this isn't going to be a long video and that's already been nearly 20 minutes. Yeesh. Dark Queen, we'll move on to Dark Queen. So here is part 3 done. It was these lovely legs that we have stitched this month. This is the Dark Queen of the Earth stitch along hosted by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Aaron and Cassandra have designed the beautiful lady that we are stitching, and Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics has supplied and collaborated with the fabric and the specialty threads and beads. I got all of my obviously fabric, my beads and my specialty threads through Leslie. I think that the beads have been really hard to find. If you have not gotten them through Leslie, I am also doing this on one of the two called for fabrics. This one here is Nightshade 32 count opal linen. So that's what she looks like so far, parts 1 to 3. I chose this color as well because my Dark Queen of the Sea I did on the bright purple and blue fabric, which obviously was just the one, I think that was Bewitched. And at the time of looking at Nightshade and, is this Nightshade? Oh. I can't think of what the other one's called. The other earth fabric is like this pinky kind of color, and it is stunning, but I thought that this would go better with the other fabric if I had them up together. But I definitely love both fabrics. I don't think it could go wrong. I don't think so far for me that it changes the vibes of the pattern and the piece. And I'm really happy with my decision. If I was the sort of person that would like to stitch things multiple times, I would consider stitching it on both pieces of fabric, or at least getting the other fabric, because it is beautiful. But yeah, look, this gal is pretty, and I'm loving the pop of the change of color at the base at her. I'm guessing it's her feet. And Aaron, like I've said in the past with all of his other charts, is an absolute wizard at shading. And you can see that quite evidently here in just the shift down and the gradient and the change in the shading and the dimension in here and even up here. This bit here, I can't remember who I told someone this and they agree. This bit here gives me East Coast of Australia vibes. So like Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria, kind of. And we're just missing like South Australia going across here. Maybe Tasmania down here too. And then this gives me a vibe of a costume from a movie, and I know I ruined it for some people with the crown from Dark Queen of the Sea, so I'm not going to say what it is, but I really am keen on part 4, but also when we change what this looks like, because right now I can't unsee it and I don't want to ruin it for people, but if you knew what I thought it looked like, you'd probably agree. Anyway, I don't know if I said this, but I'm stitching that 2 strands of thread over 2 squares on 32 count. I think I said 32 count. Pardon me and my brain and where it's at. Okay. So I guess next up is I do this every time, Quaker Turtle by Ori TM. No, I am going to confirm that. I am, because I think I've got it wrong. Oh, I don't. Quaker Turtle by Ori TM. This beauty. Pardon the fact that I haven't pulled out my iron to iron her. But essentially, when I picked her up last time, I had not done, I think I was just starting on up here. So over the whole trip up to Sydney, I've done this and I've done this big motif here. So that's the big center motif, and then there's 4 of these little ones. So I'm like halfway, plus there's no head on the other side, so it's just the leg, the fin leg things. I really should just get a move on and get it finished before the end of the year, but you know, famous last words. I'm stitching this on a 40 count number 12 Stitch Co. Sea Breeze, I want to say. And I'm using an M&M's silk in the colorway Agave Nectar. Yes, the other one, see what, yeah, Agave Nectar. It is slightly darker than the available agave nectar that you can purchase online. And yeah, 40 count, 1 strand of thread over 2 squares. And I just love it because the turtle looks like he's swimming. So that's that one. Question. So I gave that chart away a little while ago because ORTM released digital copies of their charts, and this originally wasn't a digital copy and it was an expo release, and I prefer digital. So I purchased the digital copy and I gave away my hard copy because who needs to? And I was very optimistic that it would work in Pattern Keeper. And I think from memory, I had also messaged them and asked them, or I'd seen somewhere on a post that their charts work on Pattern Keeper. And so I was very giddy and I purchased it. It is, the way that the chart is set out should be 9 pages. So like a Rubik's Cube, 3 by 3. And I think because the last page doesn't need any stitching on it, it's not been included in my chart or in either the hard copy that I had or the PDF. And so Pattern Keeper won't read the file because it needs the 9th page, otherwise it's not getting the full rectangle or square or whatever it is for the grid. Does anyone know how to get around that? I have asked them, but that was when they were opening their shop, and I feel bad and I don't want to bug them. I think it will help them with the product, but I'm just not one of those people. So if anyone is able to help me out in how to create a grid and insert it into the PDF or something, if there's something that I could do, pardon me, that will be able to allow me to get it to work in Pattern Keeper, I will be eternally grateful, because I hate stitching with overlaps on pages. It's the biggest headache for me. It's like my one sore spot. It takes me so much longer to stitch something that has overlaps. Obviously, like, I prefer overlaps, but I think that's why I just prefer either whole chart on one page or Pattern Keeper. Anyway. Okay. If you know a way to help me in relation to that, please let me know. DM me or comment below, whatever it may be. And then lastly, I pulled this one out of my little cupboard, and I'm really sorry. There's so many loose threads and everything everywhere. It's such a mess and I didn't realize. So please just forgive me and don't judge. I think we've all done it before. And this is obviously where all my spare needles have gone. Here is an update on Luna Mystica by Bella Filipina. I am stitching her on a 32 count Color Cascades Fabrics. I think from memory it's like Laguna Blue, I think. I bought a whole bunch of D-Stash fabric from someone on Facebook, and it was a once upon a time like monthly subscription fabric of the month thing, so purchased that one. Tail is all done, and these little, I want to say like stalagmites, hanging things off the moon, are stitched, like finished in DMC, and the Petite Treasure braid, this whole section down here now just needs beads. I need to move her so that I can finish off the moon in the flowers and then bead, and so I'm stuck. Because like there's still a bit of back stitching that I need to do, which is why this is all here and the way it is. Like that's all only beads left, and that's only beads left, and this thing has so many gaps to it and it's all beads. But if I move it, if I move it, I'm still not at the point of beading, and I kind of want to be, so that's why I'm just like, I think I've just put it away for now rather than actually working on it. And I started working on some of the back stitching too. So I think I spoke about it in my last video, and I said I want to make a little like quick tutorial or an Instagram reel or something of couching, a method used in back stitching, which I learned from the Dark Queen of the Sea, Dark Queen of the Earth Facebook page, and some lovely members in there that had done it and shared a video on how they did it. And so I've been using that method, not in the tail because like there's no point. I actually do need the gaps for beads, but in these little liquid silver strands on the hair and things, I have used the couching method, which is why I've got 2 needles going on up here to be able to do that. There's actually not that much, like it is just all flowers and the same sort of colors. I really should just do it. Who knows, famous last words again, maybe another end of year. But these Karen water lilies, this one here, this blue, would have to hands down be my favorite over-dyed variegated thread I've ever seen in my life. And this this color combination of DMC and Petite Treasure Braid again is delicious, and that would also have to be my favorite Petite Treasure Braid color. I'm a big Petite Treasure Braid fan, especially compared to Krynic. I have found it a lot nicer and easier to work with. There is a mix of both on here, and it is very much appreciated, Drim, if you ever watch this, the Petite Treasure Braid is what is used to actually stitch with, and it's just back stitch with the Krynic, so thank you. But maybe I should just get a wriggle on and get it done. You know, that like end of year mad rush. I've made plans before. I've also very much not stuck to said plans, so I don't want to plan things. Like I really just want to keep stitching this little guy for now. Nice and easy. Block color. Easy 28 count. Pardon me, I think I need to go to bed. It's only 8:30 on a Thursday night. Alright, I think that's all for me. I'm going to call it. Sorry, this may have been a boring, bland and emotional roller coaster of a video, but I just wanted to pop on here and say hello. I know I said that I'm feeling pretty crappy, but this is probably definitely something that I've needed to do to kind of lift my spirits today. I think this is the most I have spoken in the last 2 weeks, and I am a chatterbox on a good day. So it's been very nice to be here and catching up with everyone. If you have any questions on what I have stitched or what I'm stitching on, or you know, any whips that aren't here in this video or anything, hit me up, let me know. I can answer any questions. If you start anything because you've seen me stitching it, tag me in it. I'd love to be able to see it and follow it along. I've had a few people do that more recently on Bee by Lorna Lane, and that honestly, like, it was so nice to see. I still haven't framed that piece, and the spot is still empty and on my wall waiting for the right spot for it. It's there, it's just I need to frame it. But I think I'm gonna frame it myself. I'm really sorry. That would really piss me off if I was watching a video and someone did that. I'm really sorry. I might try and edit that out. If this is in here in the final video, I haven't been able to edit it out, so I'm sorry. But I am thinking that I'm gonna frame Bee myself, and try a matte board cut like for it, because it's not a perfect rectangle. So if there's any tutorials as well, I haven't looked yet because I'm not at that point. But if there are any tutorials on how to do like that board matching thing, and you want to send them my way or give me any tips or advice, maybe motivate me into finishing them, let me know. I welcome it very much so. Other than that, I do hope to be back before Christmas, at the very least though. If not, I do want one more video just to kind of wrap up 2022 and the very minimal finishes that I have had this year. So I do hope to see you all again in the next couple of weeks. He's hoping that I don't feel like this anymore and that it's all gone away, and you know, I'm out of my little emotional roller coaster. But otherwise, from me, thanks for hanging out with me. If you've made it this far, you honestly deserve a medal, and I'm really grateful. I'll probably go and cry about it to sleep at how grateful I am for you being here and in my little community of Flosstube and Instagram. I hope you're all doing well and surviving and finding something that makes you happy in every day or as best you can. And if you're not, I'm with you, because that's where I've been in the past couple of weeks. It's tough. Thinking of you, sending everyone my love, my strength, everything that I can, and I appreciate you all being here, and I'll see you before the end of the year. And thank you. Enjoy stitching. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.